Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs again, and I'm back with another 5 takeaways. This is a show where I'll come on and I'll talk about some of my favorite things and give you a list, maybe of five of different, varying things. Like I did Easter eggs. Of course, you may have seen the other day I did siblings for National Sibling Day, stuff like that. But it's always in movies or TV, and it's portrayals or stuff like that. This one, because I'm going to see Renfield, which is coming out today, I thought I would go with my top 5 performances of Dracula on screen. Now, these are all movies. I don't have any TV shows in there, but there are some honorable mentions when it comes to TV, and maybe one day, or I'll put them down in the description and we'll talk about those. But I considered everything for this, TV and movies. And when it ultimately came down to was this, and it's a very similar list than I think a lot of you may have. But if you do have something different, I'd love to hear it. Sound off in the comments. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Head over to the Discord. Let's talk about it there as well. But let's get into it. So number 5 on my portrayal of Dracula list is Duncan Rhaegar from the Monster Squad in 1987. I thought he did an absolutely fantastic job in this movie. He was very menacing, especially for a movie that was garnered towards kids in a Goonies-like fashion. And he was truly the scariest part of this movie. Now, everything else in the movie is truly fantastic as well. I love the makeup effects. I love the Wolfman, the Mummy, everything. It was just great, great work in that. But he really spearheaded as Dracula, and he brought the carnage and he brought the fear. So that's why he's on my number 5. Number 4 on my list is Max Schreck from Nosferatu in 1922. I know it's not technically supposed to be Dracula because they weren't allowed to call it that at the time, but it is. And it was so much so close to Bram Stoker's book that the family had sued to keep this movie away from ever being seen. Fortunately, we did get it. We have been able to see it, and it still goes down as a huge classic in horror history. And I think we can all agree on that. But Max Schreck's portrayal was just truly fantastic, and I loved it. So that's why he's number 4 on my Dracula representation list, because it was clearly not a ripoff, was supposed to be Dracula. And that is why, and I'm going to say it now, Blackula is not on my list. He would be if this was a vampires list. Absolutely. Might even be number 1. I absolutely love that movie. But I'm not going to sully that character who was not Dracula, was bitten by Dracula, and put him on this list. That's why he's not on there. But number 3 on my list is Gary Oldman from Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula from 1992. I don't love the movie. There's a lot of missteps in that movie to me personally, but not with Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's portrayal was absolutely wonderful. He did such a great job from beginning to end, and he really got into character. And that's not a stretch for an actor of his magnitude. So he's number 3 on my list for sure. But then if I'm going to go with it, I'm going to go with the 2 bigs. And my number 2 is Christopher Lee. The man played Dracula in such a way for so many movies that he made Dracula the pop culture icon that I think we know today. I know a lot of us like to feed it to Bela Lugosi, but it really is Christopher Lee and his portrayal that really fed into what we know of Dracula. So that is why he's number 2 on my list. And the only reason he follows number 1, Bela Lugosi from 1931's Dracula, is because he set the mark. This is what Dracula was, and everything off of that, the look, the style, the feel, the vibe. On screen, Bela Lugosi was the one that really completely tackled that. And I thought that was just a wonderful portrayal on his part, and goes down in pop culture history, and it's still one of my absolute favorites. Again, this list is my opinion. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just what I like. So I would love to hear what you guys think as well. So please sound off in the comments or head over to our Discord or anything. Let's talk about it. I'd love to get into it. We are the Scene Snobs. I'm Mick Manhattan, one of the hosts, and who runs the show kind of around here. And I absolutely would love it if you guys would join us over at the Snobnation. Hang out with us. Maybe hit subscribe, hit like, join in here, because that's what it's all about, the community. So check out the Scene Snobs. I will talk to you guys very soon. Thanks for watching 5 Takeaways for Dracula. And I hope you enjoy Renfield and have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.